Back on CBS Sports HQ, taking a look at your updated leaderboard at Augusta. World number one and number one on your leaderboard, Scottie Scheffler, starting to run away and hide. 7 under and looking at another birdie at 16. Scheffler, he's coming home on fire as he is now 4 shots clear of a pack at 3 under. Tiger Woods currently wrapping up his round, looking at about 60 feet at number 18 for birdie. We will bring you all the latest on Tiger's round, but again, Scottie Scheffler with a 4-shot lead at last check at the Masters. All right, let's get our guys in the mix. We say hello to Kyle Porter from Augusta National, Doug Bell in the mix as well. Guys, talking Tiger here to begin. Doug, we talked moments ago, and I want to rehash this here with Kyle because multiple moments Tiger could have let go of the rope here in round 2. The number could have ballooned. There were a couple bogey streaks followed by birdie streaks. The fact that he's come back and played is amazing. The fact that he's likely to make the cut, even more spectacular, Kyle. But the fact that he still has the ability to grind the way we saw here on Friday, what's that tell you?
Well, it tells me, and this is kind of what I wrote about on Thursday, Joe, but his will, his desire to be great, to be singularly great at this one thing. I don't know if we've ever seen it from anybody else, not only in golf history, but in sports history. I mean, I was watching him, I was standing next to him on the 11th tee, and he's dogged. He's just tired. You know, he's worn out. He's exhausted. But he's still getting after it. And you see that he makes bogey at 11, bogey at 12, but then he bounces back on 13 and hits it close on 16. And he just won't give up around here. He won't quit. And you see this place will make you give up. It'll just beat the will out of you. And he just keeps overcoming it, and it's remarkable to watch. You have these micro moments within rounds, but it's the story of his career, right? Too, because that's the story that we're talking about this week. How he has just this will to kind of overcome everything physically that's been in his way over the last year or so. So I think the micro, in a lot of ways, tells the story of the macro for the career of Tiger Woods.
It does look like we're going to get 2 more days of Tiger. And as you said here, plenty of players saying uncle on Friday. Field average 74.6, nearly a full stroke harder on Friday than it was on Thursday. Doug, what stood out to you about the test on Thursday? Winds are swirling, it's overcast, it's cold. How does that change what these players' expectations are when you come out there on a course that's playing drastically different than it was a day ago?
Well, they all have a game plan. There's no question. Even when the wind is blowing and the temperature drops a little bit, you try to stick to that game plan, but then you realize you got to go off script. And I think that's what we're seeing with the really good rounds that we've seen. Shane Lowry played out of his mind today. Justin Thomas came roaring back after a disappointing opening round. We've talked about Scottie Scheffler and others. I mean, these guys, they ad-lib when things get really, really tough, and I think it says a lot about their games right now. You talked about Tiger. He hasn't played in an event in 17 months, and yet he beat all these top players who are going home, who've been playing in big-time events, the match play events, the Players' Championship, the Genesis Invitational. I mean, it is amazing what Tiger has pulled off. So I think what you can say is these guys are great players. They seized the moment. They didn't panic when they saw that wind swirling, and they know at Augusta it's very unpredictable. But I think that just shows you the greatness of these players. And listen, we don't talk about that enough, how good these guys really are, because we enjoy watching them and we see them week in and week out. But these are the best of the best. And when you throw that curveball at them, that unpredictable weather, and then they still achieve greatness at the Masters, Joe, that's pretty special.
The best of the best, no doubt, and the best amongst them currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard, 4 shots clear. KP, Scottie Scheffler continuing his torrid pace, looking for yet another win in what's been an unbelievable 2-month stretch for the now world number 1. Did you get any glimpses of Scottie? He seems to just go about his business, and we were having the conversation before that he doesn't necessarily do anything better than everyone else, but he does everything great. What stood out to you about Scheffler here over the first 2 days and really these last 2 months?
Well, it's interesting. I was walking with a colleague, a media member as well, and we watched some Tiger, we caught some Scheffler, and we were talking about how Scheffler, it's almost like if he would have finished runner-up at those 3 events that he won instead of winning them, we would have said, oh, Scheffler's got a lot of momentum going in to the Masters. But because he won them, it's almost like, well, he can't win 4 out of 6, can he? And we do this thing when guys win that we think that winning streak can't keep going just because of how rare those wins are on the PGA Tour and especially at major championships. But I think the thing for Scheffler that he does really well, he's a little bit DJ-like. You know, I remember them being paired in the final round at Harding Park. I believe Doug was out there for the PGA Championship. And they have very much the same kind of aura about them, the same attitude out on the golf course, which is, I'm going to hit this shot and I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to hit the next one. And there's just not a lot of highs and lows when it comes to Scottie Scheffler's emotions. And if you go back to what Rory McIlroy said on Tuesday, I think that really helps you at a place like Augusta National to have that patience, that discipline. You're not getting too high. You're not getting too low. He kind of just hits the shots and moves on. And he's hit a lot of good ones today to be where he's at after round 2.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.